Welcome back to Town Manager's Corner. It's great to be with everyone today, and we kind of have a fun show today. We're going to talk about a fantastic organization here in Abington called Abington Celebrates. And I'm very fortunate to be joined by Michele Coyle. And Michelle's here, and she's going to be enlightening us about all the events that are coming up. And we're getting very close to one of the premier events, which is Founders Weekend. So with that, I just want to welcome you, Michele. I'm glad that you were able to free up some time to be here, and I want to say thank you for all of the wonderful events since I've been in town since December. I've seen a couple of them, and they're widely supported by all of the residents here in Abington. And my first exposure to you was when you presented me a puzzle at the holiday events, and anyone that comes up to my office, they see that I have that puzzle up on the office wall.
On the wall.
My daughter and I put it together, and then she glued it and framed it for me, and it hangs very proudly in there. So it was a great event.
Sure.
So Michele, tell us a little bit about Abington Celebrates. How did it get started? When?
Sure. First of all, thank you for having me, and I can't believe I'm only a week and a half away to Founders Day weekend. It's coming very fast. So we started, we kind of had, we had a committee beforehand for the tricentennial back in 2012. Okay. Abington's anniversary is June 10th, 1712, so 2012 was their 300th. And that year we had a big committee, and we had a whole year of events, including fireworks, we had parades, there was a gala, all sorts of stuff, a road race, and it was just so nice to have all those things all together. And there were a few of us from that committee that said, geez, it would be great if we could keep this going. And from there, it was around 2014, 15, we got together. We had there was about 4 or 5 of us compared to what we have now. It was just a few of us. We started Abington Celebrates, and we had an event at the Grove. It was we were refurbishing the Abolitionist stone, and I believe they were doing over the arch at the time. So we said, why don't we do some kind of ceremony for that? So we had that, and we also had the Civil War encampment come back. Come and join us. And that went very well, and for that weekend we had a ceremony, and then we also had just a small picnic at the Grove. And we had maybe 50 people. I had my minivan that was shuttling. We had a couple groups, South Shore Men of Harmony came, and we would shuttle them through the Grove, and the Lions were cooking hot dogs, and it really just, we had a couple other bands there, and some games along the Grove, family fun games, and that's just kind of how it started. And I think that was the only event we may have had that year. We just knew it was Flag Day, Founders Day weekend. That's what we had called it.
No, I think it's fantastic. I think one of the things that I really like about it is it involves so many of the members of the community, young and old.
Yes.
Whoever wants to volunteer. I know leading up to a number of events, I did participate in the townwide yard sale antique flea market. Yes. And I think that Abington Celebrates, there was a small group of people in Rockland that were even doing it on the same day. Right. It was a very cold day. But
we had started that about 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And just to see how much that's grown and how much everyone gets excited for that. The last couple were a little rainy. Last year was really, really, really rainy. But everyone looks forward to it. We like to, I guess we kind of kick off the yard sale season for everybody. And it's a great take. It's easy. It's, folks just pay the $25 and they get a spot on our map. And this year we had over 55 locations, and that included restaurants that got involved, and they donated money back to us for the day. We had our main location. This year we had Rockland Day folks. They joined us, so they had some locations as well. And each year it's getting bigger and bigger. This year we moved it to Beaverbrook, where we usually have the Freaky Flea Market in October. And that seemed to work out well because everyone recognizes that location as like the flea market spot, in October anyway. So So we may stick with that.
It,
Probably in
it
the
really
future.
was, being there that day, I thought it worked. It served its purpose very well. There was a really big area for people to set up and be spread out. There was the Lions were there doing
Yes.
their hot
Yep.
dogs again, and
Yep.
cars were able to come in and park and then walk over to where everything was. And I just
Sure.
thought that was really a great event.
Sure.
So we've talked a little bit about. So Island Grove was my first experience. Now in the Christmas holiday, I partaked in that, and then there was the concert at the
Sure.
church, and then Island Grove, Santa Claus, and the Grinch.
Oh, of
The
course.
Grinch is
Yep,
fantastic.
Buddy the
Let me
Elf
tell you, oh
and-
my
yep,
God,
Yep.
it was just wonderful.
Yeah, we have another idea this year, but we're not going to. We're still
Right.
deciding.
No,
on
of
that.
course.
So I don't want to, ruin.
And
any
we'll get
surprise
into
for
that a little because I want to ask some questions about how you come up with the ideas. But let's talk a little bit about what are the events. Can you just maybe go through for our listeners and watchers and just
okay.
talk about all
So,
the events that you
Sure,
look in the
sure. We
year?
did talk about the yard sale. That's usually every April. In June, we do Founders Day weekend, and that's usually around the anniversary of the town, the June 10th. So this year, it's June 5th through 7th. And those events, we have we usually do something. We started on a Friday night. This year, it's the traditional kickoff cookout at United Church of Christ. And it's a great event, families, everybody's welcome. And there's raffles, food, the thrift shop's always open. And then following that, the Abington Town Choir and the community band will do a concert over at the high school.
Oh,
So you
very
kind of
nice.
get dinner and a show.
Oh, that's
for,
fantastic.
very
Very
low
nice.
cost. And then, so that would be Friday. On Saturday, we have the fishing derby. The Manning family has done this for the last 8 years, and they do a phenomenal job, and the kids love it. Usually, there's, the last few years, have had about 60 to 80 kids sign up, and he has from Trout Unlimited, they'll do fly fishing. Bob cooks up some hot dogs. There's slushies with Park and Rec. Also on Central Street, there's also other activities going on. The Buddhist temple, they'll do some open house tours, which it's really beautiful in there. The garden club will do at Butterfly Park. They'll do kind of make and take a plant, and the kids join in. The adults do too. I make a plant.
Right.
Down at the police station, we do Chalk It Up. This year, Rockland Trust is going to man that. And the police will come out, possibly with a car, if they have time. And, the kids will get to see that, honk the horns. And that's if you need a break from the fishing derby.
Right.
Or then
And
you
they'll
can go
probably
back,
put
then
on
you
the
can go
blue
back
lights
to,
and the sirens.
Yeah, then you can go back to fishing, and then they'll have the prizes. And, he has different categories for that, the biggest and things like that. At 10:30, there is a walking tour from the Historical Society of Old Abington, and the president, Doug Ulwick, he's going to do the walking tour through the Grove again, and folks really enjoy that. At Oktoberfest this year, they did the Mount Vernon one, and that was really good. So it's good to have that again this year. At noon to 3. The fishing derby runs till about 1, and then noon to 3, the Dyer Memorial Library will be doing an open house, and that's a good take. If you haven't been to the Dyer yet, you need to go. You need to go. They have different things going on. I think you can dress as a Revolutionary War soldier this year. I think that might be for the
250th,
kids. They're
yeah.
going to have some games, I think, on the lawn. They're still putting all that together. So that's what's going on Saturday morning, and then Saturday night everybody has to be at Memorial Field, so because that's the place to be. It's we're going to start the events. I still have to have my brochure in front of me,
Because
even
there's
though
so many.
I know
There's so many
there's
activities.
a lot to
It's
remember.
fantastic.
Yeah, so there's a lot of events happening. The event starts at 5. And runs till about 9:30, 9:45 this year. We're having the fireworks, and they're a little bit later this year, just so it's just that much darker. Even at 9 o'clock last year, we had something where something with the lights, and we had to wait like 5 minutes, and the fireworks company was happy with that. They said, it was just that much darker. Let's go a little bit later this year. So everyone's used to 9. It's 9:15 this year. So, and at 5 we'll have Joe's Crazy Critters. He'll be there from 5 till about 8 for the kids. The inflatable race that has just taken off. We've done this, we started this about 3 or 4 years ago, and it has just taken off. Like, we have to have this race. And who's going to win the coveted inflatable trophy? That's a big deal. Immediately following that, we're going to have the kids' fun run at 6:15. And for both those races, we're asking folks to meet over at the Memorial Field bleachers, because that's where we'll start that. During that time, the band, the Wolfpack's going to be setting up, and we've had them for the past few years. And what's great is the Foxborough Day, usually they have it the same day we do. And they're always looking for the Wolfpack, and they say, no, we're going to Abington. So it's kind of cool. They've picked us.
That's fantastic.
Yep, they picked us both times. And so we're going to have them. They have pop, rock, country covers, a lot of cover songs for folks they can dance to and
songs that people know too,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, well, they're the perfect band for the field while things are going on, and you hear songs so it's they're great for the field. And what else do we have? Boston Taekwondo is going to do a demonstration, and then this year we're bringing back the kids parade. I don't think we've had a kids parade probably since 2012, so we're well overdue. And we're going to do it like an Americana theme for the 250th this year. And that's going to be walking around the field, and Judy O'Brien and Christy Coombs are putting that together, and they'll have some prizes for the kids.
And if kids want to partake in that, where would you recommend that they go and sign up? And
they just show up.
They just show up.
Yep.
Bring their bike and their doll carriage.
No bikes allowed on the field.
No doll carriages.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's anyway.
So
that's
they
our
just
general
dress
rule.
themselves up.
So they can dress, however way they want. They want to dress like in patriotic gear or costume. Just no bikes, but strollers and wagons.
Okay.
They can do that. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's just around the field. It's just a simple parade, and it's just going to be a lot of fun to bring that back. So, and then we'll have the Legion will have the beer garden that they always have, and there'll be. This year we have Mom on the Go and Sarcastic Swine for foods. The Lions will have their
hot dogs.
No. Strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortake.
Yep,
oh,
that's the tradition.
That will be really nice.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of the different groups. We'll have, Abington Copes will do Richie's Slushies. The dog park will have their merchandise and glow items, and there's different booths throughout the field of all the nonprofits, and it's just such a great event. It's just all the nonprofits supporting each other, and everybody just comes together. And I forgot the Masons. They're doing their cotton candy again as well. So
that's a kid favorite.
Yeah,
and some adults
I should
like
mention
that
the band is sponsored by the Abington Summer Concerts and the Abington Cultural Council this year. What else do we have? We have face painting, bounce houses, caricatures. We're going to have our traditional 50-50 raffle as well. So that's the only raffle we have on the field to help cover the cost of the fireworks, as we know are very expensive this year. So.
Well, I was going to ask you, how is the Abington Celebrates organization? Where do you get your money from? It's all private dollars?
Right, all ours, we do private fundraising, and usually each year we start with bare bones every year. We go through, and we do private fundraising, and we send out letters in January, and we usually, we do fundraisers when we can, like the townwide yard sale, private donations. The parade will be collecting money. You'll see us at elections, and we work hard to just get those donations. And we did become a 501c3 a few years ago to help out with a couple of grants, and we're still working through that, sending grants in, and it's just getting the time and the manpower to get that done. But that's how no taxpayer money is ever used for the fireworks.
No, I thought that was
events.
important to get that out. The other thing is being a being a 501c3 means that you're a nonprofit, and that there is a tax advantage of 501c3 on people's federal income tax.
Yes.
So that's a great thing. And if someone wants to write a check, they'll see us on the show. Is there a P.O. box? Where would they mail a check to?
They can send it right to the town hall. Just Abington Celebrates, the care of town offices, 500 Glenowitz Way in Abington. And we have a link online on our website, abingtoncelebrates.org. If they have any questions, they can email us, abingtoncelebrates@gmail.com. And of course, we're on Facebook and Instagram. More heavy on Facebook, though. So, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, we talked a little bit about the events. How do you get volunteers? Like, what, there's a lot of, I've enjoyed going to the meetings. We've had a local business owner step up and treated us to an ice cream. We went to Cream on
Sure.
Route 18. That
Sure.
was wonderful. Big group of people. We went to a military organization, and they supplied pizza, and we had a big working meeting about that.
Yep,
But
sure.
how do you attract your
Sure.
volunteers?
Sure. We either reach out our own, or they find us now. It's really amazing. Every finding volunteers. Our committee has grown. Like I said, when we started, there was just 4 or 5 of us, and you've been at a couple of our meetings with almost
Right.
20, 25
Yes.
at times. The Cream one, that was the biggest meeting.
Right.
It must have been the ice cream, but yeah, and
In the weather, it was a beautiful night.
Right. And what we're finding is that each of the weekends kind of brings its own committee members, because some people have strengths for certain events that we'll have.
Correct.
So, in the fireworks, that's a big one at Memorial Field. So you'll see a lot of businesses, local hometown businesses there, and a lot of nonprofits, which is good. And and we're at the point now where people are reaching out to us saying, how can we get involved? And it's awesome. It's awesome.
No, that's
And that's what
a
we're
good
all about.
point.
We just want everyone to be together, all ages, all inclusive. And our events are low cost or free as much as we can, just to bring people together. So, and it
I
seems
was
to
going
be
to ask
working.
that. I was
Yeah.
going to ask. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's a big attraction,
Mm-hmm.
is that you work so hard to secure the funds from other folks, and then it really is a family event.
It is.
People can
It
come,
is.
and
It's a
they don't have to
family
worry
weekend.
about the cost.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If they want food, they want to buy something. If someone's selling something there, I think.
Yeah. And at Founders Day, we do handle it different ways for different events. Like Founders Day, that it's typically the nonprofits that come in, and they're, they have their items. They may give stuff away, or they may sell it just to try to help raise funds for their own event. Oktoberfest, it's more businesses, it's farmers market, and and nonprofits. So everyone is making money there. But Christmas, we've the last few years, we've kind of gone by the rule, like it's the season of giving back. Like we ask folks if they join at the Grove, like they do at Founders Day, Oktoberfest, if they have an item or an activity, that it would be free. They're welcome to put out a tip jar if they want. But and it works out well. And it's, everybody they want to be part of it, and it's so awesome. And the biggest thing is we have the support of the police and fire and DPW. Like, we couldn't do our events without any of them, and it's really nice. It's awesome.
No, we're very fortunate.
We're very fortunate.
We have,
yeah.
great,
and that you're.
Of course. I enjoy it. I think it's, it's one of those things that really it makes it wonderful for the community. Really identifies Abington, having Abington Celebrates, and it brings people in, because not just Abington residents, but people from the surrounding communities. And I know. I was out in Marshfield, and we're talking, oh my God, they're going to have fireworks. You know what the day of the fireworks is? And I was able to answer when the day of the fireworks, and people wanted to know where they can watch them. And I guess that was a question. So I know people will be down on the field, and the fireworks get shot into the air from somewhere there. Where would people go to view the fireworks? If they didn't want to be on the field, can they park their car somewhere on the street and be able to see it?
Yeah, I think at Island Grove, I know some folks watch them from the bridge.
Oh, okay.
And when we had the encampment, and I want to know at some point we do want to bring them back, because people are asking, the encampment would be going on as well, and they would kind of gather on the bridge, just kind of around that area.
Okay.
Yeah, the police station, I believe.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I'm always on the field, so I never know exactly.
Right, no.
But they shoot them off behind Beaver Brook. It's the only place in town that's the safest.
Safe and stuff.
So that's traditionally, that's how it's always been.
Right, and it's a safe event. I mean, I know the police, fire, and DPW put a lot of time and effort to making sure when the residents come that they're going to be safe. There's, whenever a community hosts an event like that, it's important that there be the coordination, and when your organizations worked well with everybody, and
and we meet with the police and fire beforehand. We have a couple meetings. We had one about a month ago, just to kind of talk about the logistics. A lot of it was the same as last year, so it was easy. We'll meet again sometime next week, the week of, with them, just to kind of walk through the field. And again, most of it's the same as last year, so we're not expecting anything different. And just the organization that they have as well in planning is amazing. The police will have metro officers come in. They have the drones. They make sure, nothing.
They leave no stone unturned.
That's what I was going to say.
Right,
no stone unturned.
Well,
and then
it's important. We want people, that are coming here, and I think Abington Celebrates the community. We want everyone to know that it's a safe place to come and come with your family and really have a good time and celebrate the founders and founding of the town of Abington.
Sure. Yeah, and the fire department as well. Chris Cotty, he has kind of been our fireworks go-to coordinator for
the permitting
the last
and stuff.
few years, and
he's
awesome. He's awesome. He has a good working relationship with the folks at the fireworks company that we've had the last few years, and it works well. We don't want to change anything. If it works, don't touch it.
Right, that's correct. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
I know.
We were talking about the fire and police and DPW. I know when I was, just getting hired as the interim, and it was the time for Abington Celebrates holiday Christmas, and they had the parade with Santa Claus through the community, escorted by police and fire. Santa was in a fire truck, and they drove up and down the streets, and that was wonderful.
Week after, I think.
Yes,
that was after ours. Yeah,
a little after, and then
they
went to Walmart, but there's. People piggyback off of. They piggybacked off of the Abington Celebrates event. And that was great, and the weather was beautiful when we were in the Grove for the Abington Celebrate Christmas.
I know, it worked out well. It's all about the weather with us.
Weather is key. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, you touched upon a little, and then and we'll come back, but I wanted to just touch a little bit with you on your fall event, which is the Oktoberfest, and maybe where does that take place, and the date of that?
It's the first weekend in October, and Friday nights, there have been some Friday nights we don't have an event. The last few years we really haven't. I think it's just a busy time for folks to get a group to do an event. Kids are back at school. It's, we just found that very tough. So a lot of the events would kick off on Saturday. I'm trying to blank on our Saturday morning. I think it may be the Garden Club that's in, I'm sorry, no, it's not. It's UCC, the Oktoberfest Marketplace. Because a lot of stuff happens at UCC.
Yes.
I couldn't remember. I hope they don't watch that part. But so they'll have their Oktoberfest Marketplace, and they'll have vendors, and the thrift shops open, and raffles and food, and it's a good time.
A real fun
for that.
Right,
And then again, the Dyer Library will have another open house every Saturday around noon. On our weekends, they have an open house, which is awesome. And then folks can head over to the Grove. Last year we had a movie night. And then Mike Carini, Blackbeard, he will do kids pirate, slightly spooky.
The mayor of Abington.
The mayor of Abington, yes. He'll do like a slightly spooky pirate walk, and we've done that for a couple of years, and the kids love it. It's he himself and Danny Howland kind of decorate the Grove. A little bit spooky. They've got it all down
Well,
pat.
see, I think that's what makes Abington Celebrate so special, because even though there's all the different events, there's always something for each segment of the population.
Absolutely. That's what we try to do.
And I think that really what locks it in as a family event, because no matter what the age group, there will be something for them to enjoy or participate in, which is really nice.
Yeah, it is. It is. And then that Sunday, we usually do that's our big Oktoberfest family celebration. And again, that's at Memorial Field, but it's at the front lawn of the Legion and Frollo, and Mike Carini, he'll start off the day with the Freaky Flea Market at 9 o'clock at Beaverbrook, and then at noon all the other events start happening till about 3, and it's great.
Excellent.
It's great. We'll have hay rides and pumpkin painting and the beer garden, the Oompa Band summer concerts, sponsors.
So that would be fun too.
And Cream is always there too. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Now, and then that just dovetails right into the Christmas
and then we
event.
we don't really have a breath between then. It gets we start getting a little weary, but we're still in there for like the last, So, and the first week of December is when we're doing
Good.
our Christmas event this
Okay.
year. We'll have the Christmas at the Grove, Buddy the Elf, the Grinch, but they make their appearance at Oktoberfest to kind of kick off that, hey, we're back. It's happening. And they
that's
duke it out the
nice.
whole time.
Oh, good. Uh-huh.
And
All for a
we'll
good
have
cause.
Santa and the gingerbread. We have a different idea. We're still working on that for the cabin this year too.
Okay.
Yeah, to decorate. It's they
Great.
do a great job.
Well, let's just head back now to Founders Day. So, I guess the question to ask you, so we're saying it's Founders Day. We know that it's 1712 was the founding of Abington. Do you know who might be a founder? Who people ask me
Andrew
to.
Ford.
Oh,
I know
okay.
that. Yeah, yeah.
very
And
nice,
I know it's
okay.
1712.
Wow, excellent.
2/10.
Excellent. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, that event is really a full weekend event, so
Yes.
maybe if we could just recap for folks. Friday night, it kicks
Friday
off.
night is the kickoff cookout, the concert. Saturday
And
is,
that's all.
That's,
is
that's
that
all
free?
Friday.
That's all.
The
Food
the
they have to
cookout,
pay
I think
for.
I think it's maybe a $5
Okay.
donation, and then there's a cap for the family.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very inexpensive.
Right.
So the concert is free.
Okay.
The Fish and Derby on Saturday, that Saturday morning's Fish and Derby, that's free. Kids just show up, no registration.
Do they need to bring their own rods, though, right?
Actually, let me check the flyer. I think they may need, or if they don't, I think they can
Someone had
supply
asked
them.
me, so I thought I'd say it.
Free bait prizes, fly fishing demos. If they have a rod to bring it,
To bring it, just to be on the safe
I think
side.
there are
Sure.
some on hand. So
Okay.
yeah, so there's the Fish and Derby, the Chalk It Up at the police department, the Make It Take a Plant, the Buddhist temple tour, slushies and hot dogs.
The
and
Butterfly Park.
Yep, and then the Island Grove walking tour, the Dyer open house, and then you got to be at Memorial Field.
For the
5 o'clock
fireworks.
on.
Yeah.
So that's Saturday. I hope I'm remembering all this. Fireworks
No,
at
you've got a lot, yeah.
9:15.
And you do have a brochure anyways, 'cause-
I know,
and folks can get that brochure.
Brochure
Yeah.
online on AbingtonCelebrates.org. They're at Town Hall, the library, Rockland Trust. I think Mom on the Go. They're around.
Excellent.
They're definitely around.
Good.
And then
Okay.
on Sunday, didn't talk about Sunday before.
that's
So
what I asked.
the UCC has an open air worship over in Island Grove, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. It's awesome.
And
It's
is it
very
like
nice.
is it like 9 o'clock? Do you know what
It
time
starts
that
at
is?
10 o'clock, and
Oh,
it's over
10,
by
okay,
the
so-
flagpole
oh,
by the
perfect, okay.
abolitionist stone over there. So,
Wow.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's really nice.
Yeah, and that kind of winds
Beautiful.
down. We do have one event that's not on the brochure. It came
Okay.
up just the other day. It was for over at the Senior Center, Annie's Kindness Blankets. So they're going to have an event from 12 to 3. And that's something new they just added. They've had that event before. So
And what can you
yeah.
explain to the audience what that is?
yeah, so Annie's Kindness Blankets, it all helps those who are in need or who need an extra hug.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a support. It started Ann Varney. She had lived in town, and she passed away. She had taken her own life years ago.
Okay.
Maybe, oh gosh, I can't remember exactly how long, but her family and her daughters had started this foundation, Annie's
That was
Kindness
so nice
Blankets,
out of
and they
something
make
so sad and tragic, but
yeah,
to
and
keep-
they
oh,
make
that's
the
wonderful.
fleece blankets, and they pack them all up, and they get a group together, and I had actually had an event when I worked at State Street a few years ago. I actually had one of the events myself, and it's really nice. We had about 20 people. We had broke off into teams, and each team made about 3 or 4 blankets in a couple hours, and
Wow,
we
that
just
was
and they
great.
give them out
Very
to those
nice.
in need.
Oh, it's
yeah,
so nice. Oh,
yeah,
good.
yeah. So it's a great organization to get involved with. And they'll have, I believe they'll have different raffles
Good.
and things like that too.
Perfect.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. I
that's
think
good.
they just say maybe bring a pair of scissors if you have them, to help, cut the edges to
Cut the
tie
edges.
them. Yeah, yeah.
Now, so we've talked about the date of the event. We've talked about the duration of the event. Volunteers, people can go to the website, which is
The website is abingtoncelebrates.org, or email us if they want to help out. We definitely need volunteers for the fishing derby and at Memorial Field if they can help. And it comes with a food voucher, one of our hats. You can see there, the green one on the table.
very nice.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll feed you,
Right.
and you'll get a hat.
And if people want to donate, because I know fireworks are very expensive.
Very expensive this year in particular. If they want to donate, we have a link on our website at abingtoncelebrates.org or to mail a check to Town Hall, 500
Excellent.
Glenowitz
Good.
Way.
Is there anything else people should know?
Oh, gosh. If you don't have one of our puzzles yet, we will have those available we'll have them at the kickoff cookout. We'll have them at Founders Day, and they're only $10 now.
And I know they were
Yeah.
huge at both the town election and the special election.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and
a lot
we
of people were
have one
getting
woman, each election, she bought 6. And she buys them as gifts, and she does what they have in your office and at the
Yes.
senior center. She gets like a yellow matting with it and frames it all and
Right,
gives them out as
yeah.
gifts. So.
Yeah, they look really
$10,
nice. I mean,
you
they
can't beat it.
highlight the whole area. They're beautiful.
Yeah,
very,
thank
very
you.
nice.
Thank you.
Well, Michelle, I just want to say thank you for you coming out today.
Thank you.
I was getting a lot of questions. People were asking both in town and out of town, and
Sure.
I thought it would be good to invite you down to talk about something that's so happy
Sure. Thank you.
and great for our community. I think it makes puts Abington on the map with
Yeah.
all the wonderful things that are going on. And what I like best about it, it really is for the whole family,
It
young
is.
and old.
It
People
definitely
can come.
is.
There's
All
something for
ages,
everyone.
low cost, free, and fun. That's all what we're about.
It's
It's
the
just
name of
having
the game.
fun.
It's
Yeah.
fun. And when
definitely.
is the next meeting? If someone wants to show up, is there a meeting scheduled that's coming
After Founders Day, we're kind of wrapping up
Right.
the Founders Day
Founders Day.
weekend with walkthroughs and things like that. We start getting together for Oktoberfest around beginning of August.
up? Okay, so
Yeah,
towards the
because
kids are going
take
back
a
to
little
school
break.
and stuff. Take a little break.
A little
Okay,
summer break.
that's
We take a
perfect.
break like July, and then after
Yeah.
Christmas, it's like
Right,
January.
and if people want to get involved,
Yeah.
they can check the website out
Oh,
all the time.
absolutely. We're
It's
always
updated.
posting.
Always
and-
posting
yeah.
something.
Yes,
So great.
there's always stuff going on. So
Okay, well,
Yeah. Well,
thank you. I'm
thank
looking
you.
forward to Founders Day and the fireworks and all the festivities of that weekend.
thank
so
you.
Thank you, and I hope you have a great day. And I know it's going to be an incredible success for Abington Celebrates on
Thank you. We
celebrating
hope
the
so.
founding of Abington. So,
Thank you very much.
thank you. Just want to thank everyone for tuning in today. I was joined by Michele Coyle from Abington Celebrates to talk about all the wonderful events that they do to make Abington so special. And we have their big Founders Day celebration coming up June 5th through the 7th. It's an action-packed weekend full of all kinds of activities for young and old. And the culmination, which is halfway through that weekend, is on Saturday night, the wonderful fireworks display. So we hope to see everyone there, and thank you for tuning in.